Okay, you all have heard of backyard mechanics, shade tree mechanics. Well, this is a shade tree bow exercise here with this Ravin string. Now this is an archery shack string here. Okay, I put this 14.014 bull whip on it. I actually ordered a little more of this last night because it's going to get scarce. I ordered some more smaller serving to try in the future maybe, but anyway, I've got this on here. I leave this string here a little short and this one a little long to mark which end is which, so that when I put it back in here and put the top serving on, and I'll put it the other direction. Of course, I'll have to trim these and burn them a little before I do that. Now, I'm going to be turning this camera on and off a few times here, and I'm going to put this tape on this thing, show people what I'm doing, and I may do a little something additional with this. This is for the Ravin R9, and I'm going to do some real testing with this. We're going to just see how long this thing will hold up. Now, this string come off of a bow with archery shack cables that was shooting real good. So the cables on it, I like the way they're setting. Now, I can always adjust them, but as far as if I have to adjust them, I'll adjust them the same in the future, you know, with more and more shots maybe. So stay tuned. Old ends burn off this string, and I've marked the left side here with this foil tape. Next is to put it in the bow. Put this center serving on this inner layer here. Now I had this thing twisted a turn and a half on each end. When I put it in the bow, I do the same thing, and that's just to make sure I get a more accurate knock point. And that's about where this string will be when I'm finished as far as timing this bow. Okay, what I did is I cut a piece of this tape, and I made sure I went around it 2 full revolutions. Okay, and I cut it off with the scissors lengthwise, and then I've took it off and I've measured it here. So right there is what I'm going to try to put on this bow. Okay, I'm going to cut my strips that long, just shy of 2 3/4 inches. I'm sorry, just shy of 3/4 inches. And then when I use this tape, when I cut it, I use the straight edge side, okay? As far as going in the inside of the knock here, so it's nice and straight, okay? Okay, I've got me 2 pieces here cut, 3/8 inches wide, just shy of 3/4 inches long to get 2 wraps on this string with this first serving on it. Now, here's this old Big Bird's tool. The gent sent me this. Okay, best to lay it in here like this. Don't stand it up like you would typically use it, because if you do, you know, you can't really get a good eyeball on where you need to put this tape. Now, this groove in this thing right here, I know this camera's not going to show this real good, okay? This groove in this thing right here is a tad under 1/4 inch. I'm going to put this tape on here. I'm going to set it just slightly outside the edges on this tool right here, okay? I got this tape on, okay? Now, the camera may not show this very good, okay? But I'm laying just a little outside on each edge of that thing right here. You see it there when I push it in there, okay? The angle might not be so good. I'll move my head around a little bit. And I'm actually making this one here just a smidge wider than what I've done so far, just because this is still a test phase, okay? But it's not much wider. The bow, and again, I marked this left side here with this ball, so that when I go to serve it, I'll put this on the right side. When I put this thing back on the bow, though, I'm going to put this side back on the left side. And you all want to try this at home, a good idea to put an indentation with your finger in this right here, like that right there, okay? And same goes with this one up here. Give you a reference so you can watch this when you're serving. If you see this turning, you got a problem, okay? Now you can unserve back and move it, but you need to also be monitoring. Keep an eyeball on your distance there, okay? Shouldn't change. You don't want it to close up. You don't want it to spread out on you. I hope this is coming out on the camera. Get to your next piece of tape, measure from the end of your in her serving over here, okay, over to here. Now as you get this thing covered up and get pressure on it, it's not going to move, okay. You measure that distance there and then check it, and like I said, put your little indentation on there with your fingernail so you can see if she's a spinning or not. Okay, got her off the stretching process to serve it, burnt the ends off. Still, I'm gonna put this side here back on the left side of the bowl. Now that's what it looks like. It don't look like much, but stand by. Before I forget, now this string obviously is not under any tension. Could that change its physics a little? Maybe. Right here's something I check. Okay, she's going in that groove right there, okay, with not a lot of resistance. I like that, okay. Got the string in the bow. I put 1.5 turns in each end, and I've got cams look pretty good. They might be sitting a little bit toward the front dots. Now remember, the bow ain't been cocked, okay. I'm not going to cock it yet. Okay, here goes the tool in there, and we're going to use the larger of these first just to see what we got. Well, it feels good, okay, not very much tension at all. I'll roll it a few times. Okay, now we'll put her back on here. We're going to put this little one on here. Now we're getting some compression using this tool, but now remember, we've got a void in here too with my setup, okay, so it's a little different than what people might be used to when using this tool. Okay, that's not fitting overly tight. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to work this a little bit more here. Work this a little bit more. Now this is the orange knock, you know, the one that everybody should be using in the wild. That sounds pretty good right there. I like the way that feels, okay? Now we fixing to cock this old baby and shove this bolt in here. Now I expect it to be a little tough. We'll see. This camera's still, maybe it's getting at, I'm going to see if you can see that groove in that string right there, okay? Maybe it's coming in on the camera. I'm holding her still for you. Safety's on. Keep my hands up here in the front in case something bad happens. Now this bolt here is, I've changed the cock vane on it. Okay, let's see what we got here now. That's pretty good right there. See how easy that was? Not too hard, not too easy. Okay, put her back in there one more time. Good sound of that right there. Okay, real good sound. I'm gonna let this old bow down. Let me say something about this setup here, and I don't know the answer to this question. You seen me a while ago when I laid that string through this groove after I was finished with it, before I put it back on the bow. Could I go 3 rounds on this tape and get it to work correctly in this right here and not get something bound up? I don't know. I'm going to test it here with 2 runs on it. I'm about a 64th, between a 64th and a 32nd as far as this space here, okay, before I put the servant over that tape. So I'm a teeny bit wider than the other 2 bows I've done. I did that for a reason, but we're going to see how this bow here does. We're fixing to test fire this thing. It's 23 yards to my target. That's close enough. I'd hate to lose a bolt. Okay, let's listen to her here, see what she sounds like. That's good. Real nice. Okay. I'm going to leave this camera running now. I can't obviously aim at the target and keep it up there where you see it. It's not really important. I may have to adjust this bow a little. Okay. I've shot this bow one time, looking at this time, and she's real good. Okay. I've shot her a few more times, and she's a drilling, okay, but I only shot it out to 30 yards. One other comment, but this really goes for anytime you press your bow. You probably need to don't press your bow and unpress it and put it in the house and take it hunting, okay? It needs to be shot at least once. But as far as fooling with this mess here like I have, try to shoot the bow 2 or 3 times. Don't go just in your scope and all that mess unless you're off the target. But you know, if you're off just an inch or so, 2 or 3 inches, shoot this bow 2 or 3 times. Let everything get settled in. Let this groove right here get worked a little bit. And watch what happens after that. And then you'll see some real shooting going on. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Now remember, you're doing this at your own risk. I don't think it's unsafe or anything, as long as you follow good press procedures. Now the way I stretch my string, you know, I'm not going to recommend that to anybody either, but it works for me. That's a good groove right there. I got the camera down here pretty close to it. Maybe you can see that. I put this arrow down here to give you some kind of orientation there. See the edge of it right there at the tip? There's the other edge right there. Okay. Now she's only been shot 5 times. That groove will probably get a little deeper. There'll be some compression going on with the force of this bow and pushing on that bolt. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed.